Yo, what is up guys? I'm here hitting you up with a new video. As you guys were waiting for it, the long anticipated video, why my guild is skipping your mom. I mean Seorin. But before we jump into the main topic, let me yap for 2 seconds real quick. So first and foremost, if you want to support me, all the links and descriptions down below. I still have a lot of these active codes going, so if you need any active codes or so, make sure to support me and I will send you the codes. And guys, on Saturday as well, there is going to be the SLC tournament. I will be live streaming the start of the event from my time, 11 a.m. GMT +1 or CET +1, whatever the time is where it starts. I will be streaming, and there's also a special guest and co-host who will be participating in the stream with me together, and it is none other than Rudik. Yes, Rudik and me are collaborating this Saturday, and we will be co-hosting the SLC tournament. So guys, if you are free on Saturday, make sure to jump on the stream so you get the commentator perspective of me and Rudik. Now, let's jump into the main topic. Guys, I gotta say, I'm a little bit disappointed with Seorin. I'm not kidding. I'm a little bit disappointed. I was hoping that Seorin does buff Alicia's kid, but sadly, she does not really. I mean, she's 100 times better than Seo, don't get me wrong when it comes to that part. I just find it a little bit disappointing that she's not buffing like core attacks or whatever, like really focusing and making Alicia shine a little bit more, even though she does help out. So let's look at her kit real quick. Now for a support skill for the Jinwoo part, here she has a medium break, and she triggers the effect Elegant Charisma. When the user successfully puts an enemy in break state, it increases the break effect duration by several seconds and activates the limit break effect, increase the damage dealt by yourself. So basically the support skill is exactly the same as Godo, and I think this is the style that I want to move forward with the breakers. So I assume that the limit break effect is gonna be 100% the exact same as Godo. So once you break with her, that's now 100% damage up for a couple of seconds. And then she has basically break everywhere on her skills. She scales off max HP. I like the fact that she's scaling off HP. I'm a huge fan of breakers that scale with HP because you can just stack them up with HP. That makes them tanky for content, and they don't die with just 1 or 2 hits immediately, which is good, guys, because it doesn't matter if they scale off attack, defense, or HP, they don't deal damage anyways. Now her skill 1 has also medium break effect. She has a super armor wall, and she has the same ability as Kane, that when you use that skill, which is her bike attack, which charged up, she has the extreme, like she has a auto dodge. She has an auto dodge mechanic while using skill 1, which is pretty good. I gotta say that I like this auto dodge feature. It's a little bit more intuitive, so I like that one. And then skill 2, also medium break, has basically super armor on every skill, so you don't get interrupted while casting their skills. And then you have the ultimate skill, and this is what I really like, the fact she has an almighty break when you cast her ult. Just very good. Like the only other one who has an almighty break is Godo, and then only with A3. Now from A0 you have that almighty break, and it is something I'm looking forward to for every single breaker. And I think this is something what I said oftentimes, that Marvel needs to buff the old breakers. Just give them all break effects in their ult skill. They don't deal damage in the first place, they don't do anything, just give them all breaks. Godo has it, Gogun-Hee has it, and I meant Gogun-Hee the old time, and I didn't meant Goto, I meant Gogun-Hee has it with the A3. They have breaks on the ult, so give it to Emma, Seo, and all the others as well. They highly benefit from it anyways in the first, so that's a good thing. Almighty break and additional break effect. And then looking now, there we go, this is the part now, the passive details. So when Seorin or an ally assistant puts an enemy in break state, increased duration. So basically the same as Godo. So she's basically water Godo. And then there's the when you do whatever at the end of the day. And then she has the Sub-Zero effect, which increases the water damage taken by the enemy. So this is what helps Alicia. And then it depends how many stacks, maybe 10, 20, 30, 50, who knows? Maybe it could actually be broken and be like ESO level with like 50 stacks or something. That would be crazy. Like if we can get it to 50 or 100, say, ooh guys, ooh, crazy. Now with A1, she increases her break effectiveness, she receives less damage. then the effect changes. Now, what gives it the whole thing away is the Workshop of Brilliant Light effect. So it could be the case that they make some gimmicky stuff where you kind of need her for the new wobble. Because of that line, because the in Workshop the duration of this effect is increased, which means once you break, now the increased damage part, which we had in support, let's say 100% damage increase, is not just 5 seconds or something, but maybe like 10 seconds. Who knows at the end of the day. And when Seorin or an ally successfully puts an enemy in break state, it activates the limit break effect. So it does it like if you use, for example, Seo and her together, for example. And then when this effect activates, it resets the cooldown of all skills, decreases break effectiveness, increase damage dealt. Because after that, when this triggers, the decreased break effectiveness is because you don't need the break anymore at this point in time, and then increase the damage dealt, missile damage, increase crit damage, stuff like that, basically increasing all the damage for all your other allies. And then looking for the other ascensions, this is the A2, basically helps you stacking up the stacks, which was the Sub-Zero effect, right? So A2 is basically making sure that you get stacks faster, and in my opinion this A2 implies to me that you can get like 50 stacks, so maybe like a 50% increased water damage, whatever. And A3, the black tier one with increased defense and max HP, and the restores percentage of MP over time. This is also a giveaway that Wetcha, which is coming with the anniversary, will be a defense scaling unit, or maybe something completely new, the first defense and max HP scaling unit, who knows. Then water damage as per usual, and I think this is also better than, because Seo doesn't even have that. So this also this is 12%. It's probably going to be 12% water damage increase, and then A5, the missile critical hit and crit damage increased by percent, and the Sub-Zero and limit break effects are enhanced. So I guess this A5 is basically putting that from 50 stacks to 100 stacks, and the limit break effect is getting stronger, so you deal massive damage. So this is what I like. So what I dislike about her, in my opinion, and just to give you an overview when it comes to Alicia, is what I was hoping for that Seorin has is a sort of debuff that puts the enemy or the opponent on and puts them in on a freeze ignore, basically or freeze immunity ignore, which basically is like if an enemy is immune to getting frozen, that with a debuff she puts onto the target, that allows now an Alicia, for example, to freeze them, and then you make use of Alicia's A3 and A5 effect, which increases her damage if enemies are frozen. This is missing, but just the Sub-Zero and the limit break, the A5 effect this year plus this year, guys, be ready. When she's gonna drop, Alicia's damage is going like this. It's going crazy up. I can tell you that. Now, where does the whole skipping part come? Obviously we have to talk about the skipping part, right? Now, so first and foremost, for me personally, I'm gonna pull her, because ain't no way I'm playing Seo. No way. Seo just breaks and does literally nothing whatsoever. So for me, it's crystal clear that I'm getting her, and that's what I said from the get-go. Water breaking is important in my opinion. Now, here is why my guild skipping part is coming in, also for all the people, because I saw a lot of people already discussing, should skip, yeah, Wetcha's coming and so on and so forth, right? I need to save for Wetcha. Now, the interesting part is we don't get Wobble tomorrow. We are getting the new Wobble in May with the anniversary, but you need to pay attention that the new Wobble, which arrives in May, is only easy and normal mode. So the hard mode is coming in June, which is a long time, right? That means Seorin, you will not need for normal Wobble. You can do that with Seo. You can probably bring Fisher, Seo, and Alicia, or replace Seo with another element, and or you use the different element that is provided with the water one. Could also be wind, right? Or light, whatever it might be at the end of the day. Probably wind, or even fire. But I think likely being wind with Godo, so water wind. And what you can do is you can use your wind team for normal mode, because this is all you're probably gonna need. Now, where the water part comes in is gonna be the hard mode in June. The thing is, if you are going to skip Seorin now, she will be in the standard banner, in the black ticket banner in June. Yes, so when hard mode arrives, Seorin will be in your black ticket banner and ready to pull. So now for a free-to-play who has to manage their pulls, what you can do now is you're gonna save your rate up tickets. Right now, don't pull for Seorin, save for Wetcha. Anniversary arrives, you're going to pull for Wetcha with your rate up tickets, and then in the meantime, you're gonna save your black tickets for the June update, where Seorin is dropping to the wish list, to the standard banner. Put Seorin into your standard banner and get her from the standard banner with the saved up black egg. Now this is for free to play. This is probably going to be the best strategy. Save your rate up tickets right now, get Wet Cha on anniversary, and use your black tickets to get Seorin, right? If you have a lot of rate up tickets currently saved and you can get both, then try get both. And for spanners and stuff like that, you get every unit A5 anyway, so A10, I mean, it doesn't matter for you. For me personally, I want to have her, and especially with, I can tell you right now, there will be one part that's gonna be Battlefield of Time, so for the fastest times you probably need her, just saying. But outside of that, if it's just about can I clear content, the earliest you need her is going to be June with Wobble, Hard Mode, Yogomont, unless for some reason the water team is exceptionally good for the new guild boss now and you want to be ready day one, then yes. But as a free-to-play, that's probably not even your goal in the first place. That's why as a strategy you could go this way. And yeah, let me know guys your thoughts in the comments down below. I'm actually curious what you think. And also guys, make sure to like and subscribe. I almost forgot about that. Make sure to like and subscribe. And guys, I want to see more comments on this. You are lazy lately, guys. You are extremely lazy. So let me know your thoughts. What are your plans? What are you excited for? The reason why I'm not talking about the accessories right now and the new artifacts is because I want to make a separate video. I want to test the stuff tomorrow when the patch goes live. I want to test. I will be streaming tomorrow, by the way, around the same time this video is going live. By tomorrow, I will do live testing. I'll do a lot of testing when it comes to the new artifacts. I have a rough idea how good they are, but I do want to see them in action. And once I did my tests on them and my initial thoughts on them and how I feel about them, I will make a new video where I talk about these artifacts and the new meta that comes with them. So guys, if you enjoyed watching this video, don't forget to leave a like and a comment down below. I really appreciate it. And see you with the next one. Deuces.